Good morning, you guys. I literally just woke up and made like a quick and easy breakfast. I'm just having like Kaiho yogurt. I'm up a little early this morning because I have kind of a lot to do today. Also, I have some apartment updates to share with you guys. Yesterday, I spent the day kind of rearranging everything, not in my living room, although that was a consideration, but I switched my rooms that are in my office and my bedroom. I also have an eye doctor appointment today, which is kind of the bane of my existence, but I'm gonna try to go. I know they called me about possibly like rescheduling or canceling. I'm definitely someone that hates going to the doctor, but I'm trying to be better about it. I think my glasses still work for me really well and help me see a lot better, but my prescription is like 7 years old. But yeah, I'm gonna eat my breakfast and then I need to get started on making some edits on some Staatspalette samples that we got in late last week. So now my smaller room is my office. It's a bit of a mess in here right now. And I still need to take this light off the wall and replace it in my bedroom. Like the suitcase and podium won't stay in here forever. And I need to get a better pot for this plant. We do have some new samples up here. Those are some new ones, but the colors and buttons are incorrect. So not worth showing you at all. But actually, quite like it in here. It's fine for working. And then all the way down here, I've switched out for my bedroom. And this also still needs some more work for sure. I would like to get darker bedding, especially just with me like dyeing my hair. It always ruins my white bedding right after I get it dyed. And I think some darker like linen bedding or a quilt would look really nice in here, since it's already so full of light and all the walls are white, aside from some dirt that I need to clean off. But it's definitely a work in progress. And I moved my mirror back here because I really don't love having it in the living room. It's just convenient for like Instagram photos and whatnot. Oh, and I took the door off, just like I did in the other room. I've kind of become obsessed with taking the door off of rooms in my apartment. This is the only room that still has a door left aside from the bathroom, but this is for inventory storage, so it's nice to cover it up. But I feel like it just makes my apartment a lot more inviting, especially since I just live here by myself. I made some teriyaki chicken with ramen noodles and veggies, and then I'm also having some salted edamame. I decided I wanted to add a Q&A portion into this video because I haven't done one of these in quite a while, and it's always fun to catch up with you guys. I feel like it's a really good way for you guys to get to know more about me, and then I can also learn about what stuff you're even interested in hearing me talk about. But before we get into the questions, I want to thank the sponsor of this video, which is Casetify. I have needed a phone case on my phone for almost a year now, actually. My phone's quite shattered. I'm planning on getting it fixed when I can finally get an appointment with Apple to get it fixed. So if I would have had these cases, my phone wouldn't look as cracked as it is. Right now I have their compostable case on my phone. These have military grade drop protection and are totally customizable. They come in a variety of different colors and are made from eco-friendly materials. And Casetify also donates a tree for every compostable case that's sold. I ended up not putting a print on this one. I just wanted something a little bit more simple, but you can customize with any text that you would like. I'll show you some of the other cases that I got from them. I tend to like a lot more minimal cases, which Casetify has a decent amount of, especially since they're so customizable, but you could totally go all out if you want. I got this simple clear case with the black border. This one's a print with a bow. And then I thought this cat one was funny. I feel like I always take selfies that look kind of like this cat. So it seemed fitting, and I love how he kind of blends into the case. I love a black cat. Another thing I really love is that Casetify's cases aren't too bulky. I feel like that's kind of what put me off from buying a phone case in the past. And with so many options to choose from, as well as the ability to customize your own case, I really feel like there's something for everyone. If you guys would like to match with me, you can go to casetify.com/KayleeM to get 20% off your purchase. And thanks again to Depop for sponsoring this video. So now to answer some of your questions I asked on my Instagram story. That's pretty much where I always get questions from when I do these videos. So if you're interested in taking part, you can follow me over there. I got several questions on what I'm reading at the moment. If you guys are ever interested in book recommendations, I have a highlight on my Instagram as well. But I just started reading Play It As It Lays by Joan Didion. I've read pretty much all of her other books, but not this one yet, and I'm really enjoying it so far. I just finished reading Death in Her Hands. I passed it along to a friend, so I can't share that with you guys. I always blank on the author's name for that, but it's the same author that did My Year of Rest and Relaxation, as well as Eileen is her other popular book. And I would recommend that one, but it's a bit anticlimactic. Someone asked if I could do a yoga video. I am not a super yogi. I really love doing yoga. I haven't been on my game as much lately, and I don't think I would feel comfortable like fully doing a yoga video. I think there are people that are way more qualified to do so, but I love yoga. I definitely post clips also on Instagram every once in a while. I just switched out the battery and moved around because it's gotten a bit darker since I did so. The next question I have is quite particular, and it is best restaurants and coffee shops in Bed-Stuy, which is the neighborhood that I live in here in Brooklyn. I love this new cafe that's called Corto. It's an Italian cafe. I also really love this Italian restaurant called Saragina. There's a vegan Caribbean restaurant in Crown Heights, which is the neighboring neighborhood, called Vegan's Choice, and it is so delicious. I think you can only get it delivery. It's out of a woman's house. There's Greedy Vegan in Bed-Stuy in Crown Heights. The owner's super sweet. Secret Garden is great for like vegan friendly sandwiches and juices. Peaches is amazing. It's a southern restaurant and they have a few different locations. Pilar is really good Cuban food. There's Clementine Bakery, which is a vegetarian restaurant and coffee shop. I feel like I'm kind of blanking, but those are definitely some favorites. Is Avery still your business partner? He is. I've answered stuff about him before, so I'm not gonna answer anymore. How to transition to a plant-based diet when most people around you are not? It's definitely tricky. I would try to find people around you, but I think it's really important not to be too pushy with your friends and family. In my opinion, at least, aggressive comments and even like passive aggressive comments just really don't do you any good. They actually make things worse. I feel like it's really important to just know why you're eating the way that you are and feel confident in it, and try to always be the one choosing the restaurant if you're going out. What do you miss about West Virginia, and would you ever move back or to a similar place? I can pretty confidently say that I would never move back. I would say like 99.9% sure of that. I mainly just miss being around nature. Sometimes I miss like a small town feeling, but definitely not my particular town. With no offense to anyone that lives there, it's just not really a place that I want to be or where I would want to raise a family. But everyone has different preferences. I can see myself having a place in upstate New York, but I think I would also always still at least be in the city a lot. But ideally I would have an apartment here, whether that's rental or owned, and then like a house upstate. I actually got quite a lot of questions about mental health and how my mental health is, which I don't really talk about that much on here. Honestly, my mental health has been shit for the past few months, which is really frustrating. And I know a lot of other people in my life have been feeling the same way. I've found it frustrating more and more as my life goes on that I always just have this lingering depression, anxiety here and there too, but I'm definitely not a chronically anxious person. And I feel like I've always been quite high functioning in terms of mental health, even when I'm like at my worst. And I'm pretty good at still pretending that I'm okay and like getting my work done and whatever. But I was talking to my boyfriend the other day about this and saying, I feel like I am just more and more frustrated about it as time goes on, because I don't feel like I'm on like the wrong path. I feel like I'm making all of the choices that I want to make, at least for the most part, that are in my immediate control. And I just still feel as shitty as I always have. It's obviously like in and out of my life. And I'm sure some of you guys can relate to that too. But I feel like when I was younger, I always thought that like when I had a certain thing that like it would solve all my problems. I maybe didn't directly think that, but I feel like some part of my brain thought that that would happen, and it just doesn't. All that being said, I'm not on medication and I'm not in therapy, but I probably should be doing something professionally, maybe at some point. I got some questions asking when we are releasing a new collection. We don't have a release date yet. I'm getting production jewelry in for the new collection this week actually, which is so much sooner than the clothes. Our supply chain has been a bit backed up with everything going on. So I'm thinking that we might do like a jewelry drop first and like totally separately. So that could be as soon as within the next month. Clothes, we are shooting for fall, and it is a fall winter collection. You could eat dinner with one author, dead or alive, who would it be? I never know how to answer these questions because I feel like I wouldn't want to meet anyone that I actually like and look up to. Not because I'm scared that they would disappoint me, but just because I feel like that situation would just make me really nervous, and I don't want to put myself in that situation. So that's my answer. Where do you want to be professionally in 5 years? This is always interesting to think about. I would like to still be doing similar things to what I'm doing now, just in a more progressed, older way. I would love to have less of a part in more of the day-to-day operational tasks of my business and kind of pass that along to someone else, obviously still overseeing it to make sure it's ethical and all of that stuff. I feel like I could be a mom or thinking about being a mom in 5 years, and I definitely want to be a working mom, but I feel like I would love to be stay at home but also working, so I need to figure out how to do that. Definitely my time split between the two. I don't think you can totally interweave them. I got a few questions if there would ever be a Schwarzbillett store. I think we'll definitely do pop-up shops again, but honestly I'm pretty uninterested in having a standalone retail space. I think it could be so fun, but it just feels very vulnerable. And those are all the questions that I'm gonna answer for today. Good morning, you guys. It is a new day. I just got home from a lovely workout, so I'm a little sweaty and gross. I'm gonna take a shower soon, but right now I think I'm gonna run some errands. I want to go to a plant store in my neighborhood because this plant died. I was on a trip almost 2 months ago now, and I still haven't replaced it, so I need to do that. I want to pick up some sourdough bread as well, and then I'll probably come home and make lunch. Also, I recently started taking CBD, and it has actually been helping me so much, so I thought I would mention that. This is the one that I have been taking. I picked up some new pots as well. I needed this pot for another plant in my home. I got this little vine, which is what I've had before. And I feel like in my apartment they've been pretty easy to take care of in the past. I got this peace lily, which is so pretty, and this is low light, so I think I'm gonna keep it in my bedroom.